hearing is with the Alleghany County Planning Commission to consider updates to the Alleghany County Comprehensive Plan. I declare this public hearing open, and I think Mr. Overton, y'all are already called to order before you came.
Yeah, it's a regular meeting.
All right, so you're ready for this also.
Yeah.
That said, I'll turn it over to John.
So, as most know, we went through a process that's fairly unique in Virginia in developing a comprehensive plan in conjunction with the city of Covington. And up on the screen, it's hard to read. I don't enjoy sitting through nor doing PowerPoint presentations, so this is the only slide that you'll have, and then we'll talk through kind of what the document entails. But these are the folks that have worked on the document, in particular the Joint Steering Committee, and those are folks, citizens in the community that helped put the document together and spent evenings in this building here on several different occasions. And you have a good cross-section of folks that are from City of Covington and Alleghany County. So we wanted to make sure that their names were up there. And again, it's been a unique process. And we did this in conjunction with the city because we recognize what's good for Alleghany County and the two towns within the county and the city are good for the Highlands as a whole. We want to try to make sure our land uses were compatible and that we all were working towards the same vision moving forward. And we added, there'll be two separate, Covington will go through the same process, so even though we work together, we will each have independent comprehensive plans in the process, and Covington will go through a very similar public hearing and presentation. We presented the document to the Planning Commission in March after we had an initial discussion with the consultant in February with the Planning Commission. And out of this document, I won't go through it page by page. I'll touch on the high points. We tried to pare the document down and make it a usable document as opposed to what has historically been a comprehensive plan document for Alleghany County, which has been very thick in a history of how we arrived today, where we are, without very much forward thinking about where we wanted to go and what our goals and objectives were for the community. And we tried to make it a usable document. The current comprehensive plan that you have in place was a document that was adopted, put on a shelf. 5 years later, it was revised. We did that for about 30 years. And we've tried to create a document that now has some use going forward over the next 5 years. Is it perfect? No, it's not a perfect document, but much better improved than what we have had as comprehensive plans in the past. There was 5 goals that were identified. One was capture on the recreational amenities that we have and really become a focus for recreation. Develop the regional economy, working with the City of Covington. Improvement on infrastructure throughout the region. Make sure that the neighborhoods and the commercial areas within the community remain viable and stable. And then the most critical one, in my opinion, is reverse of population decline. The comprehensive plan has a goal in the first 5 years to have net zero loss by end of the first 5-year period in population decline. And if you saw today's newspaper, the Weldon Cooper report, since 2010, we've lost 6.8% of our population, and it's projected by 2040 that you'll lose 24% of the population of Alleghany County. And so figuring out how to reverse that population decline is critical in the document. It tries to identify ways to do that. It doesn't have the answers, but it identifies that as a priority that we need to work on to reverse that in 5 years to net zero, and then try over the following 3 5-year periods have some population growth. And then there's an implementation schedule, and with high-level responsibilities in the back. Vice Chairman Olchin made the comment at the Planning Commission meeting that's not specificity in the responsibilities that goes between city and county for those responsibilities, and ultimately that that falls back on the leadership to make sure we hold those accountable, that we work through in different areas. There's like a conversation with the Chamber of Commerce and the EDC now, and Dabney as Lancaster Community College about making sure everybody's focused on the right areas. And so holding, once we get those in place, holding those folks accountable. I'll be happy to answer any questions if there's about the documents. Otherwise, that's all I have.
Board members have any questions? John? How about the planning commission? Do y'all have any questions you need to ask John?
I'd like to just say thank you for, I actually sat and read this and I was really impressed with it. I thought you guys had done a thorough job, and I think what John said about slowing the population loss and then actually beginning to gain population seems really crucial. I like to focus on housing, and thank you all very much.
Any other board members have any comments? I'll open this up to the public. Anyone in the audience wish to speak? My only comment would be that we cannot stand 24% loss of population. You can't survive and still not be a community like what we're used to.
It goes to, that ties into what Ms. Adcock and myself and the budget committee or our budget group are getting ready to start working on. So it goes back to what Corbin Stone mentioned when he presented the audit relative to, you've maintained expenditure controls because you have these, no revenue growth. And if you continue to lose population, you'll continue to lose the revenue, which in turn means you don't have the financial capacity to support the quality of life that you've grown accustomed to.
That said, I'll declare this public hearing closed.